A woman in Bethlehem. She was found with child of the Holy Spirit. A woman not known by her husband, carrying a son sent on a mission to save sinners. In between the intense waves of labor, in between every contraction, the moment of rest, she became aware of the beads of sweat pooled at her neck as she clenched the hand of her husband while travailing in agony of labor. The moment was to come when she would deliver the child the prophet proclaimed as Emmanuel, God with us. Little did she know that her son would experience travailing in agony, but his would result not in the birth of a child. No, it wouldn't. His travailing would result in the resurrection of God to his children. A woman in Bethlehem to deliver a child on a mission. This child will become a man, and the question that permeates the mind: who is this man?
A man, not handsome, not rich, not loud, nor boastful. Quiet in countenance, but powerful in the unseen and in the unsaid. But the power was seen, and it was made visible by faith. He was in the world, and the world was made through him, but the world did not know him. But the powers of darkness knew him. Lame legs stood before him. And those unclean were made new. Who is this man? Who is this man? Who is this man? He is the power of God contained in the fragility of humanity. Who is this man? He is Jesus.
He who dipped his hand with me in the dish will betray me, the master uttered. In the low light of the night, the hearts of his disciples raced with anxiety to question, who will betray their master? The man of miraculous power? The man of unyielding love? Who would betray this man? Yet one heart raced a little slower, for it was cemented in the decision of betrayal. As the betrayer whisked away into the night, Jesus transitioned into the garden exceedingly sorrowful, even to death. With the cross in view, the Father's plan was in motion. The cross, where darkness would fill the land, where his body would be suspended by iron nails, with blood streaming down planks of wood. He cried, my God, why have you forsaken me?" The earth protested and mighty rocks split, the echoes of his cry memorializing, "It is finished." This truly was the Son of God.
The air was thick with death. Darkness swallowed every corner and added weight to each breath as he hung on the Roman instrument of torture, the cross. Now his body laid lifeless in a cold, dark tomb. And death stood cheering over the life that once was, the life that declared, that he had victory, the life that demonstrated power, the life that delivers salvation, the life that said he was God. When it was all said and done, his corpse laid there abandoned, and death boasted in the possession of Jesus he thought that he had. But God looked down and smiled, for he knew that he was to deliver his son from the grip of death. He smiled in satisfaction because he knew that death cannot perceive the entire power of God. He smiled for he knew what his son was about to do. So as God smiled, he began to slowly rewarm the vessels within Christ. His brain began to flicker on like light returning to a town after a powerful storm. Christ's muscles began to fill with tension as he regained ever so slightly his strength to hold up the body that would show that he has all power in heaven and on earth. Death felt a shift occur in the unseen. He began to second guess the power that he felt he had. He commanded Jesus to lay down. Death's feet became unsteady, and his grip on the Lord began to wane. Death began to hear the blood begin to move within the vessels of Christ. And he yelled out, "Enough!" But God began to count to 3. 1, he said. Though Jesus was asleep, life ever so slightly began to return. Death lunged to hold him down, the man that he thought he possessed, but God said 2. As he continued to warm the heart of Christ in anticipation of the first beat, death let out one final scream. 3, God said, as he looked at his angel and told him, "You better be on your way now." And then, on the 3rd day,